Good evening and welcome to this very special IADC update. Now you may have heard about the book A River Runs Through It. A river rarely does run through it. And when we're finished with the Argyle International Airport, you will see where exactly the river is running. Today we begin this update at that point where we have the Yambu River on my right. That's the river that runs all the way from Marico, where three rivers flow into this one and empties itself out into the Argyle Sea. Now next to me on my left, it's exactly where we are doing the excavation work at the moment to have an area prepared so that we can reroute a part of this river, a very small part, over into this section. Now the reason we are rerouting part of the river is simply that with the construction work we have to do to span the river, it could not be done in water. So we have to do that work on dry land. And on this area is where we are doing the excavation. We have done significant work here. We met a lot of boulders, huge boulders, and a lot of small ones too. And we have so far basically removed pretty much all of the boulders. Just a few remain in this excavated area to come out. And once all of this is up, we will start work on the foundation here for the spanning of the river. Now once we have the foundation done, all of the material, that metallic corrugated steel that we are using, which came out of Mexico, we have it all on site. And if you look beyond me, all the way over there, you will see all of those metallic structures on the ground, and all they're waiting is the reassembling here at the Argyle International Airport. Now our beloved Professor Leonardo Perez, he has given the assurance that this work will be completed before the end of this year. And so the spanning of the river, we are looking forward to this being completed by December. This is the hardest part of the work, and it's been done, and I'm pretty sure with the team that Professor Perez is leading that they will have the work done. So at the end of the day, our river will really run through it. So this is what we're doing here. On the further left is where we had the petroglyph hill, and a lot of work has been done right now to remove the hill. It is still being removed. The rocks are being blasted away, and we can do that with ease now because we do not have to worry about the petroglyphs. A few weeks ago, we were able, with the help of the Argentinians, to remove successfully and safely remove all of the petroglyphs from these rocks, and those have been relocated and are safe. And so we can continue the work on the spanning of the river here and also the removal of this hill right here. And all of that, I am being told, we will have done by the end of this year. It will be done. We're going to take you around the site. We're going to show you pretty much everything that is happening here and give you the progress report on what is going on here at the Argyle International Airport. Don't you move, don't take your eyes off the screen. We're going to go over to the northern end and we're going to see what is happening there with that turning head where concrete work is being done. And also we're going to go across to where the city fence work is being done. So stay with us. All right, thank you for staying with us. We are perched right now at one of our favorite lookouts, and this is at an old bar here in the Peruvian Vale area. And this area overlooks a lot of the site. However, before I tell you about what you're seeing behind me, I must mention, because I forgot to mention earlier, that at the river spanning area, we will be installing 5 metallic culvert structures, or you can call them drains if you like. But these culvert structures are going to be massive. They're 10 by 20 feet, and we have 5 of them there, more than enough to contain the water that will be coming down from all the rivers in Mespo, flowing through the Yambu River, plus other water that will come down from the hillsides. So these 5 metallic culverts will be able to take that water right down to the Argyle Ocean. And because they are so big, we are very confident that there will be no flooding in that area, as these culverts can be easily cleaned by sending in an excavator in there to clean them all periodically and avoid a buildup of debris of any sort. So, having said that, let's tell you what's going on here behind us. From this vantage point, we can see the work being done with the city fence system. Below here, we can see all the boulders that are being thrown here to provide that protection for the runway. We can also see a large area of the reclaimed land. That's work that has been done already. And if you look further ahead, you're going to see that rock, that famous rock that was out in the Argyle Ocean that you could not touch. That will give you an idea of how much reclamation work we have done, because the fishermen are now going on top of that rock to fish. So we have done a tremendous amount of reclamation work. And once we are finished with this, we are currently building the tetrapods that will be placed there as well to offer even more protection for our runway. So this defense work is being done and it is taking shape quite nicely. Beyond there, we can see the turning head on the northern side of the runway, and concrete work is being done there at the moment. That entire northern head will be done in concrete, as against the rest of the runway, which will be done in asphalt. We have two turning heads on this project, one on the north, one on the south, and they both will be done in hydraulic concrete, and the rest of the runway in asphalt concrete. Also, in front of the terminal building, we have the aprons being done as well. Final pavement work taking place there, and work right now is being done on the commercial apron. We're going to go around and show you that as well. So, stay glued. Yes, I know by now you're saying, yes, this work is impressive. It's getting interested. And it is impressive. We have done quite a significant amount of work. So we're moving quickly around the site so that you are brought fully up to date as to what is happening here at the Argyle International Airport. We have come over into the first kilometer of the site, and that is where we can find the control tower, which is perched on the top of Colonel Anderson Hill. And also you'll be able to see all the other plans that are on site. We will point them out to you as we go along. Right now I'm standing in front of the control tower, which is nearing completion. And believe me when I tell you that by the end of October, we will have a completed control tower here. The firm Franco Construction, they are constructing the base, and right now they're doing finishing work on the inside of the building. A lot of tiling, you know, the windows are in, doors, etc. are in, and they are continuing that work. And also at the very top, at the control cabin, that is being installed. Right now I'm looking up and I'm seeing panels already installed, and later this week we have been told that glass will be going in up there, and we are moving along. So by the end of October, this control tower should be ready. So that is where we are with this at the moment. Behind me, however, and I will ease one side so you can get a better view of what is happening behind there, we have the runway coming from south to north. Right now we have subgrade layer on the runway, and we're waiting the time to add the final subgrade layer. That is the final layer of those gravel stones that we need to put on before we start the asphalt process. And we are awaiting that time because we do not want to put it on too early, and then we have water contaminating the entire thing and have to take it up again like we had to do previously. So we have been very cautious this time. So right now we are at that stage where we're waiting the time when we know we're ready to add the asphalt to put on that final subgrade layer. So that's what's happening here with the runway running from south all the way over there to the north. Now if I move across again and I point you to this area where we have the taxiways, we have two parallel taxiways over here. The one that is closer to me, this is the one that would take planes that are going to the cargo terminal. This one right here. And on the other side, we'll have the regular commercial aircraft going towards the apron. And straight ahead, we have the commercial apron. And the apron, all of it, the commercial apron, the general aviation apron, and the cargo apron, all of it will take up about 22 acres of land. And it will go right back to that ravine that you're looking at all the way over there. Today they're pouring concrete here, and that work is advancing. We anticipate that the concrete work will take us right down to the end of this year before it is completed, possibly into next year, the first 1 or 2 months of next year. So that is what is going on right there. So that's the apron being done there. Final concrete pavement taking place right in front of the terminal building. And of course, most of you by now are familiar with our terminal building, and there it stands in all of its glory. Just behind the terminal building, we have the parking lot being prepared, as well as the main entrance from the Windward Highway down to the terminal building. Okay, so that's what's going on over there. I will come back this way so that you see on this side we have two plants over there. One, the white one, is our concrete batching plant, which is providing all the concrete we need for the project. And behind it we have the yellow plant, which is the asphalt plant, which is also providing all the asphalt we need for the project. Still in this kilometer, closer to the end of the run, we have our stone crushing plant, and the stone crushing plant is producing all the different grades of stones that we need for the work here at the airport. Still on this side, we have the firefighting station, and that is nearing completion as well. That also should be completed by the end of October, so that when we have receipt of our fire trucks, they will be able to go into a sheltered area and be able to park there until we are ready for them. Those fire trucks have been purchased, and they are awaiting shipment to St. Vincent. As soon as that work is finished, we should have those fire trucks here in St. Vincent. Just to mention also, our lab is on site. We're not going to go to the lab now, but it is on site, fully equipped lab. Professor Leonardo Perez tells me it is perhaps the best lab in the entire Caribbean, and that is the lab that we are using to ensure that we work towards international standards here, and that everything that we do is on the up and up. So we are not taking any chances with the construction of this Argyle International Airport. When we are finished, it should be well built, and all Vincentians should be proud of it. Just before we leave you with this update, we're going to go across to the firefighting station to give you a closer look at what is happening over there. So come with us as we take you to our final leg of this update. We are on the final leg of the IADC update, the special IADC update for you there in the diaspora, and we are in front of the aircraft rescue and firefighting station, where the work here is nearing completion as well. Just as the control tower, we told you that that should be finished by October. This also should be finished by the end of October. Now, this building is being constructed by a Barbadian firm called Inotech, and they are working apace to have a state-of-the-art firefighting station here at the AIA. Like I told some folks the other day, if you were interested in becoming a fireman, this would be the place to work. Inside of this building, we have every possible amenity that the firefighters would need, so that they'll be comfortable, because they're basically going to be living here on a day-to-day basis. So they have their kitchen, living room, the dormitories. We have even a gym so that they can work out and stay fit. And at the very top of this building, where the control room is, they have the full view of the airport site. From every angle, they can see everything that is going on the site, and will be ready for any eventuality. So this building is nearing completion, and if you look ahead there, you will see the 4 areas for the fire trucks, where we have 3 fire trucks that are coming to be in here, and one of the other areas will be for the maintenance of the fire trucks. So things are taking shape here at the Argyle International Airport, and by the end of this year we would have this airport substantially completed. And come next year, whatever other work we need to do to have this airport ready for operation, we will do, so that we can receive planes here by summer next year. I want to take this opportunity to thank you in the diaspora for coming to this town hall meeting, and I want to thank you for viewing our update, and we trust that you will continue to support the IADC as it continues to work towards the completion of the Argyle International Airport. This is it for this evening from the IADC. We are taking you beyond your dreams. Good evening.